good people, how you doing? David Taub here, co-creator of NextLevelGuitar.com. Hope all is going well, and I hope your guitar and musical journeys are going famously. I've been getting a lot of emails about my pinch harmonics, and a lot of viewers and students are asking, how do you get those to squeal like that and so loud and clear? And it's a process and it's an evolution for sure. So I thought I would do a little lesson on my 7 best tips to get your artificial harmonics to really scream and to nail them every time, or what some people call pinch harmonics or squeals or squealies, squealers. And before we get rocking, if you got a second, please subscribe to the channel. You know, subscribing to the channel, that really helps us. It really helps us to keep bringing the content. Leave a comment below, you know, let us know how you like this video. Let us know, you know, what lessons you'd like to see. If you have any tips for bringing these harmonics, these pinch harmonics out, that would be great. But leave a comment below. If you like the video, please share it. Click the like button, give it a thumbs up. We so appreciate it. So this lesson, we're going to be talking about artificial harmonics that we're creating on the guitar using a technique with the pick hand, where we're stopping the string from vibrating by letting the little tip of our thumb catch it as we fret a note. And this gives us that killer sound where we kind of get that rich harmonic overtone over the sound of the fretted note. You're going to have to kind of experiment and find out where along the string it's the strongest on your particular guitar. As far as where on the string, you see as I change the interval or the distance between the notes, if I pick at different parts, letting my thumb spill over, touching the string, you hear all the different notes. On this particular guitar, a lot of times I get them really strong right on top of the pickup. So I tend to notice and keep in my mind where in relation to the pickup I hear it the strongest. Oh, it's between the 2 pickups, like on my one other guitar, my one Paul Reed Smith, between those 2 pickups, it's really good. This one, toward the front, almost right over where the little magnets, the little screws are. That's a good way of knowing, because when you're playing these harmonics, look at your pick hand. I know we're so trained not to look, but here, at least until you get the feel, and a lot of this is about feel. Look at your hand over those little magnets, right? And then throw in vibrato. It really helps to bring it out, and I'm going to talk about that as we go along in this lesson and the next lesson, how to really make your harmonics come alive. Your pinch harmonics is by adding in vibrato and bending. Okay, so first thing, really experiment along the length of the string and take note as to where in relation to the pickups they really scream out. The second tip, I kind of averted to this in the first tip, is your thumb positioning. When you're doing this technique, that thumb is really super important, and a lot of it is feel. So you want to get that thumb almost over the edge of the pick. You want that thumb, hit it without the harmonic, like I'm bending that little flat third to major third bend on that 8th fret of the G string. I'm using the very side of the tip of my thumb to do this, not up here. Not on this, on that side that's closest to the guitar, closest to your body. You could even hear it. I don't know if the mic can pick that up, but you could hear that harmonic take over when you do it right. And if you start to hear this, when you get those little sounds that sound something like it, because this isn't going to sound awesome at first, it's going to take some time. You know you're onto something. You got to keep with it. Remember too, add a little bit of that vibrato. My third tip is to choke way up on the pick. You don't want to be holding the pick way back here in the back and fighting it. You want to get that thumb really close to your second finger, or really close to where it's going to be hitting the string, because you have to do it at the same time. Use your thumb and the pick together hitting the string, and the thumb deadens and mutes out the string, and that's when you get the harmonic to ring. So a lot of my students are trying to do this, and I notice they're holding too far back on the pick, because you want to move the way you hold the pick and move way down or way up, you know, toward the tip of the pick. And you really want to have those finger, that thumb, really as close as you can to the string, because this way you can use that thumb right at the same time. That's the whole crux of the technique. As you're striking the string with the pick, you're hitting it with your thumb. So it's almost both together, although technically the pick hits first, then your thumb, but it's just about the same. And you want that thumb to stop the string from vibrating. Think about when you're choking way down on it. Think of it like you actually want to pick the string with your thumb. Like right now I'm on the A string and I'm thinking about, yeah, I'm holding the pick on top of it like for a downstroke, but I'm thinking like, okay, I'm going to hit it with my thumb, right? The pick is there, so it's going to hit the string anyway, but you want to hit it with your thumb right at the same time. Just come down and catch it, and choking up on that pick will really help. So tip number 4 is along the lines of, we're just trying to make it easier for you to bring these harmonics out, right? Instead of fighting the instrument, you want to try to make it easy as possible at first. So my suggestion for tip number 4 is crank the distortion, the gain, the overdrive. Really crank it up, because those harmonics really ring out, and you really get them easier with a lot of gain, with more gain. You can get them clean. Like if you're just trying to play through a clean amp, you can, but it's a lot harder, right? And again, make it easy for yourself. So crank that gain up. And if you'd like a resource that'll really help you out along your guitar journey, a great reference tool, I'll send you my killer rock blues soloing ebook. It's packed over 29 scale diagrams, soloing strategies, lessons, major, minor, key. It's just absolutely packed. And I'll send that to you with a video lesson also on how you could really dress up your playing using some simple, easy techniques. I'll send them both to you for free. The ebook and the video lesson. All you have to do is just click on that link below. Tip number 5, again, along the lines of making it easier for yourself, use the bridge pickup. You can get them with the neck pickup for sure, and I do that a lot too. But the bridge pickup just brings the harmonics out more, and the bridge pickup reacts a little differently to that, that harmonic, that overtone taking over the fretted note. So use your bridge pickup at first. Then once you get this down, experiment with all the pickups. Tip 6 is you want to mute out all your unwanted string noise. That's kind of something you're going to need to do anyway as you delve further into lead guitar. Basically, you want to mute out all the notes that you are not playing, right? You only want to hear the notes that you are playing, that you want to hear. This is really important with the harmonics too, because you're really concentrating on getting that one screaming note to stand out. So you don't want to hear a lot of other notes ringing, and especially once you start cranking the gain, like in the previous tips, you get more string noise. So you want to use that two-handed string method that I teach, and I'll tell you what, if you're not sure of that two-handed string method and how to mute out all the other strings that you're not playing by using both hands, I'll put a link to that lesson on my website, nextlevelguitar.com. I'll put a link to where that is in the description box below, and you could just grab the 3-day free trial on my website. You don't have to pay anything. We don't ask for a credit card. Just go right to nextlevelguitar.com. It says 3-day free trial right under the video of me, right, holding the Les Paul. Click on that free trial and then go to where I direct you to and watch that lesson, and be sure you got to get that down. That'll really help clean up your playing, and it's super important for all lead guitar, and especially when you're trying to get these harmonics to stand out. Have patience. It's so important that you realize that this is going to take some time, and it's going to be an evolution, and you're not going to sit there and all of a sudden they're going to go from not being able to play them and get them to sound amazing, just like that. You're going to start to get some pops and some sounds that sound different. You're going to start to hear those start to come out once you start getting a hold of this technique. And once you start hearing those sounds, don't think of it like, oh crap, that doesn't sound good. Think of it as, I'm onto something here. Because if you can get those, you are on your way. That's the first few steps, getting them to sound out a little bit or a little different or something different, but you kind of hear them. And then it's going to be a process, and you're going to have to work on it over time and evolution to really get them to scream. It just takes some time and development, so patience is key. So let's take all these things we talked about and let me show you how they sound in a musical context. In a second, I'm going to play a solo that I recently re-recorded with the same exact gear that I'm using right now, same exact guitar and everything. And at different points in the solo, I throw in harmonics. These are all different techniques that you could do to really bring some dimension to your playing using these artificial harmonics. Let's check that out. demonstrated in the video when you get this up to speed and use it. Practice over jam tracks. And a little bit about the gear I'm using. It's the same gear I was using when I was playing in that solo piece, right? I'm using a guitar made by the Universum company. They make handcrafted guitars in the Ukraine, and you really should check them out because they make some killer instruments. They're not making the same old Strats and Les Paul copies. They're doing something different. They're using some really creative building techniques and really kind of doing some cool stuff, pushing the envelope. So go over to universumguitars.com and check out their guitars. They look great, they play great, and they sound great. This is a Universum Mariana private reserve, but as you can see in the pictures, they make plenty of other guitars, different shapes and finishes, and really cool stuff. And I'm plugged from the guitar straight into the front of a Paul Reed Smith MT15 amp. I'm playing on the distorted channel. The gain is high, it's about 80%. And all I have in the effects loop is just a Keeley Caverns pedal that provides just a splash of reverb and just a little bit of delay. That's it, and I'm running that through a 112 Paul Reed Smith MT cabinet, and it's mic'd with a Shure SM57 microphone. I'm David Taub, co-creator of Next Level Guitar. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. You know, that really helps us to keep bringing the content. Please leave a comment below. We so appreciate it. Like and share the video, right? And oh, don't forget to click on that link and get the free video lesson and the free ebook. I'll send it to you. Killer resource. Reference ebook you'll be using throughout your guitar journey. Stay tuned, I got tons more killer content and lessons coming soon. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you so much for your support over the years and years. And I hope you're having fun exploring this amazing instrument. It will bring you joy the rest of your life, you know, reaping the benefits of playing and creating music. And remember, your guitar playing is an evolution. Take care and rock on.